Jamie Kennedy. Subscribe to my man, Destination Station right now if you want the best content.
So a lot that we've been speculating lately is actually true. Let's get into it. What's up? Welcome to Destination Station. As always, I'm Destin. Thank you for clicking on this video. Subscribe to Destination Station if you want Scream, Halloween, and everything in between. And follow me on all my socials. All the links are in the description down below. Also, I'm on a Face of Horror contest. The link is down below to submit your free vote for me. There's only a day left, so if you could just click that link and vote for me to be the Face of Horror, that'd be very, very much appreciated. So I was in first for the most part, and now I've dropped to third. So let's get me back in first. I would really, really appreciate it, guys. And it's an easy click away, just a free vote. But anyways, guys, I want to talk today about this new interview that is new to us pretty much. But it seems like it was on the set of Halloween Ends. Whenever Jamie Lee Curtis was filming it, they sat down with her on the set and asked her a bunch of things. And over this time, we have speculated on a lot of details about these early screenings, these details that have dropped about the copycat killer and this Corey Cunningham killer and all this kind of stuff. Also, spoiler alert, if you don't want to be spoiled on anything, don't watch it. Click off of this, like it before you go. I'd really appreciate that. But if you don't want to be spoiled on Halloween Ends, I'll put it on the thumbnail that there is spoilers in this video. So yeah, you have been warned. Also, if you want more details about all the details that I have heard about the screenings, I'll put something up right here for you to go back and check that video out. So that being said, there is this new interview out with Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis, her character, and what everything is involved. And I'm going to read over everything that is being said in this interview. Probably not everything, but there's a lot of things to chew on in here, because there's a lot of things that we have already heard about from these early screenings, heard about, through rumors, Reddit posts, all this stuff. And she kind of confirms a lot of it. And that's what I want to talk about here. So let me read over some of this and then we'll discuss it, okay? Check this out. It's over on Bloody Disgusting. If you want to see the interview, it's also on the page with Jamie Lee Curtis. Go click on it if you want to watch the entire video. Okay, so Jamie Lee Curtis teases a different threat to Laurie Strode in Halloween Ends. Michael Myers and Laurie Strode are getting ready to have their final fight in Halloween Ends, which is coming to theaters and also streaming on Peacock on October 14th, 2022. In an interview that just made its way onto our desk this morning, Jamie Lee Curtis teases Laurie Strode's mental state in Halloween Ends, set 4 years after Halloween Kills. In addition to noting that Laurie has moved on from worrying about Michael Myers, a stark contrast from the previous two films in this trilogy, she also seems to tease another threat entirely. So yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis actually tears up on some of this, like it's the last time she's playing this character. It's a bittersweet thing. It's really poetic a little bit, that she's actually done with this, and she kind of let's just get back into it. Jamie Lee Curtis says it's a movie about a final reckoning between Laurie and Michael. She says of Halloween Ends, there is a battle between them, and the irony is that the 2018 and 2021 movies were about a woman who was prepared for Michael. Every day of her life since she was 17 years old, this is a movie where she's actually moved on. Laurie doesn't see Michael coming. She continues to say, and that's a very different result. So the fight with Michael is much more violent, unexpected, and it has to be like a street brawl. So they're just going to go at it. They're just going to be just that's what I want to see. I want to see this fight scene take 5 minutes, back and forth, maybe a lot of long takes, not a lot of cuts in between. They're just stabbing each other to the death, and they're just brawling. We see that stuff in the kitchen where they're throwing each other, where he throws her over the island in the kitchen, and they're just hitting each other. And I think that's the scene that she's talking about, is that they're just going to be just going at it. I just don't want it to be over in 30 seconds or to a minute. I want this to be prolonged, okay? If this is the final outing, make it seem like a final fight. Jamie Lee Curtis also says this movie other character comes in that she's concerned about, but she's not thinking about Michael. And then Michael comes back. And so the fight was an unexpected fight. So who is she concerned about? You know, we talked about this Corey Cunningham character, and I went over the whole, you know, walkthrough of what people have said about these early screenings about how Allison is going to have a love interest with this Corey character, and apparently he has like this dark, like thing to where like maybe he's trying to pick up the mantle of the boogeyman, and maybe Laurie is concerned about his mental health and his well-being. Like she can see the evil in him a little bit, kind of like she does with Michael. She just has that intuition, and I think that's who she is speaking about here. So let's move on. The video interview with Jamie Lee Curtis also features a bit about the film's opening sequence, which sounds very similar to the opening of John Carpenter's original horror classic. The opening of this movie is every parent's worst nightmare. This is a babysitter with a child on Halloween night that goes terribly wrong. It's so crazy intense. Could this opening have something to do with the mysterious other character, perhaps? So yeah, like if you watch any of my other videos, we've theorized and we've talked about like apparently like this movie. What I'm thinking that she's mentioning is that that's going to be the Corey Cunningham character babysitting a young child on Halloween night, and you know the kid ends up getting killed, and the parents come home and see Corey Cunningham with a knife in his hand at the top of the stairs. And it sounds like what I've read is it's an accidental death. It's not actually Michael Myers that kills him, which I think that would be a lot better if it was Michael Myers. But apparently this is probably going to be like an accidental death, it sounds like. And then he gets found not guilty, or, you know, but the people still of Haddonfield, they still blame him. They still point the finger. They still look at him as like an outsider, like someone that they don't trust, like a dark past. And then that's where he starts pretty much playing the part. You know, maybe he runs into Michael down in that sewer like we've talked about. There's different versions that I've heard that like the evil comes from Michael and goes into him, or he just comes across Michael and he helps him get back, you know, bandages them back together, and in the meantime while he's hurt or down, the Corey character pretty much plays the boogeyman character at this point. So it sounds like Laurie isn't even like concerned about Michael anymore. She's moved on, like she said. She's in a healthier state of mind, which I don't really understand. That's the question mark I have, because like since you were 17 years old, you've been traumatized and preparing for Michael Myers all these years, and then after the events of Halloween Kills, your daughter gets killed by Michael Myers, and now 4 years later you're recovered? That doesn't make sense to me. All right, so I hope they explain that whole little aspect, because apparently they probably think that Michael is dead at this point. But is he missing? That's the thing. If you don't see a body, I think I would still kind of freak out, you know, if I did not see his dead body or him just to ashes, you know. So so I think that's what they're talking about. I think she's given away the opening, and what we have speculated. I think it's pretty much 99.9% true. I think that this is the Corey Cunningham character. She's concerned because, especially if he's dating her granddaughter Allison, then she's extra concerned, and she's not even worried about Michael. And then whenever, you know, we all see that it's like someone with their fingers, you know, all fingers coming into that house, and she puts some bullets into him or whatever, and she accidentally kills the wrong person or whatever, or harms the wrong person, and she realizes it's not Michael Myers, it's actually Corey. All that trauma resurfaces, and she gets back on alert, and she gets back, you know, in her, you know, she kind of becomes vulnerable, and then the real Michael shows up, and we get that big street brawl. We get that final fight that I hope is very lengthy, and I hope there's not a lot of cuts in it. Like, it can have some, but I want a lot of like one takes of just like them just going at it, you know. So let's see if David Gordon Green and their team can pull it off. So yeah, I just wanted to go over what this new interview is. I'll leave a link to this interview in the description down below, and you take what you think from this. Like what am I reading too much into this? Because I really don't think so. Because a lot of the stuff that she's saying kind of lines up to stuff that we already know, and they need to quit talking. Jamie Lee Curtis needs to. I know she can't, you know, predict what's going to happen in the future and what we find out in the future, because this seems like an interview that took place in the middle of filming. And between the middle of them filming and what we know now is different. And now they release this interview. So yeah, it just kind of confirms a lot of what we've been speculating for the last year. So guys, what did you think about this? I just want to make this quick little video. Also, subscribe to Destination Station if you haven't already. Thank you for clicking on this video, and it keeps the algorithm going. Like this video, share it, do what you do. And guys, if you want a little bit of behind the scenes of stuff that I do and things, follow me on all my socials. All the links below. I can't talk today. I need some more coffee. I'll see you guys later, or I'll see you on another time. Peace.
Bagels and go to Destination Station. This buddy is the bomb.
Yep.
Love him.
Yep.
Fucking A.
Yep.
I had to say that for a reason.
Freddie, take that, motherfucker.
All right. Okay. Fuck you. Yeah.